literally. They're funded on a body count. It's just simply average daily attendance. You go to school, the district collects the money. Does the student get educated? No. I mean, look at our results. So it's simply our students are essentially an ATM machine. And it doesn't matter how the student performs, that district, give me the money, they collect it, they put it away. And I think especially when we see the dropout rates, the lack of proficiency, just meeting basic proficiency levels for African American students and Latino students especially. There have been others, and I join with them in saying the money should follow the student. We shouldn't just be giving the lump sum to the district. We should have that money follow the student and in ways that make sense and that people understand.
Keon had a vision even from a young child, 4th, 5th grade, and it got to the point to where he acted out to where the principal was just like, I had enough. I believe she was fed up because of the behavior and not wanting to deal with it, and that he was grandiose. He was thinking, in other words, out of the box to be a record producer, a business owner, and I guess it just escalated to the point to where she felt like, this is it, this is the last straw. I don't want to deal with it anymore, let's kick him out. So I ended up kicking him out of the whole school district. He was out of school, and it was hard for me to try to work and also care for him. I had to go meet with the school board and different things like that, and they ended up putting him in alternative school with kids that were older than him, and he was maybe 8 or 9 years old. He's in class with students 11 and 12, 13 years old, and he was introduced to marijuana, he told me, and he started using marijuana at 10. That really led to him being more susceptible to the drug use of marijuana and to other things.
Our office is created to really focus on developing a comprehensive strategy and approach to reducing gang violence, and we're focusing that in a number of ways. Number one, we can't just spread resources equally across 469 square miles of the city. We must invest our resources in a more targeted, strategic way. It's geographically focused. We've identified 12 what we would call hot spots, or we're calling gang reduction youth development zones. Those parts of the city have only 8% of the population, but they contain over 35% of the gang-related violent crime in the entire city of Los Angeles. The second thing is to have a comprehensive approach, to focus on suppression, but to make sure that suppression and incarceration strategy is targeted. It's going after the most violent offenders, the 5 to 10% of the gang members who commit 65 to 70% of the crimes according to law enforcement. Our strategy is to, number one, prevent kids from joining gangs. Only 15% of the kids in the city, even in the toughest, grittiest neighborhoods, are at risk of joining gangs. 85% of the kids who live in the city are good kids. They may have a few problems here and there, but they're never going to join a gang. The problem is we haven't had a means by which we could identify who those 15% were and then micro-target our interventions in their lives to reduce their risk factors for gang joining and increase their protective factors.
Kids in places across the city, from East LA to Watts to Pacoima, Wilmington, they don't know that they are supposed to fail. We can give them every opportunity and they will succeed if we show them that we care. And that's essentially what happened at Markham, and we've seen wonderful success. We're now at 9 more schools with the school district. And we're seeing the same kind of reaction from the kids at these other schools. Look, we're down 20,000 membership in gangs. We started with 60,000 when I arrived here. We're now under 40,000. Still way too many. But we have tried some things that we think work, and one of those is getting into our schools, getting more adults into our schools, and making sure those kids have a fighting chance. We got an after